Good day. Today, I'm at our factory in Herstal to show you the unique advantages of the barbecue donut. And with our, I mean the factory of Meta Technology. We are German suppliers for various industries, including the automotive industry. Our everyday business involves materials that we know very well, especially when it comes to boating. I personally am a skipper, so I have experience and know the requirements of a boat. Later, we'll take a closer look at this material and afterwards see exactly what its special features are. The most important part of a boat is the hull. We have used a very special material here. It's high-pressure polyethylene. Don't worry, I won't bore you with chemical formulas, but the advantages of this material are unique for boat building because it is seawater resistant and can also be used in drinking water reservoirs. It is 100% UV stable, 100% shockproof, and literally unsinkable. Let us demonstrate the exceptional impact resistance of this material. Before we do the mechanical test I promised you earlier, let me first tell you something about the materials. Most boats are built from a different material than our outstanding material, polyethylene. Most competitors use fiberglass, which has been used very successfully in yacht building. But yacht building, which I know from my hobby, has completely different requirements than a barbecue donut. A barbecue donut is often used by people who are occupying and driving a boat for the first time. This means that the handling of this boat is more difficult at first. People bump into things and scrape across the ground, and that's exactly the kind of thing that could cause damage. But it's completely harmless with our material. Another disadvantage of fiberglass is that it has to be treated annually with an anti-fouling agent to protect the gel coat of the boat. This is not only expensive, but also requires a lot of time. The polyethylene we use has the advantage that we do not need any anti-fouling agent and that this material is completely maintenance-free. That doesn't mean that we do not have barnacles and algae here. All materials are subject to that. But with our polyethylene, the outer skin cannot be damaged, and this is a great advantage over fiberglass. Now, from theory to practice. Please welcome our technician, André Plagemann, who will help me demonstrate the impact strength of the materials. We'll start with fiberglass. You see, the material splinters. The gel coat bursts off and you see how wafer thin the material is. Here you can see the individual fibers that are not water resistant. These fibers are part of the reason the boat could sink immediately. Now we come to our PE material. Wow, that was a strong blow. Here you can see that there is only a small imprint on the upper side and nothing at all on the back. This means that our barbecue donuts made of polyethylene are absolutely seawater resistant. Let us now move on to another test. I've brought along a vase of normal water. This is just normal tap water. And here are two samples, fiberglass and polyethylene. The fiberglass goes under like a stone. And if we do the same again with the polyethylene material, you can see that the polyethylene floats in the water. That's an additional safety factor for the barbecue donut hull. Now we come to another safety detail. Sebastian Schmidt, who came up with this ingenious invention more than 10 years ago, placed a high priority on safety when designing the barbecue donut. It's made of two halves, which are assembled together later and help to ensure the highest level of safety. These halves, as such, are independent and serve as single floating bodies. As we have just seen, the impact risk and the risk for a barbecue donut to absorb water is very low. Should this nevertheless happen, it is very, very unlikely that both halves would be affected. And even if that did happen, there are still enough air spaces here so that the boat would still float. Here we come to our latest product, our barbecue donut Type 2. Of course, safety was also our top priority here. The Type 2 consists of 3 floating bodies, the seats, which serve as flotation devices, and the so-called main body we see here. Now let's look at another design element of the barbecue donut, namely the umbrella. This umbrella not only has an unusual shape, it's also made of an unusual material, a type of stainless steel that is particularly seawater resistant. In addition, the umbrella itself is UV resistant and has the highest fire protection class of any material. That means the boat and its umbrella are all extremely safe. It's always nice to sit here in the barbecue donut. Since we are very fond of detail, we not only used an outstanding material for the shell, but also the seats, the shields, and also the barbecue table are made of a special material. This is an ABS PMMA, as you can tell from its beautiful glossy surface, which is also 100% UV resistant. This material has proven itself thousands of times in the automotive industry and is a top-rate material. There are many noteworthy details in our barbecue donut. There is one thing I would like to mention briefly, namely the central point, the wonderful outdoor chef grill. What's so special about this grill? This grill was developed by a Swiss company, and the special thing about it is that 25 years ago they developed this special funnel, which helps ensure that the food on the grill is cooked evenly by circulating air. This Swiss company has a global distribution network where you can buy wonderful accessories and spare parts. Our barbecue donut is the original. We started with this business over 10 years ago, and now hundreds of these models are in use in 60 countries. Our barbecue donut is used for both commercial and private purposes. We are particularly proud of our CE certification. Our boat has been built and approved according to the strict regulations of the CE standard. The barbecue donut is almost like a normal sport boat, which is very important for the approval, and it has been approved for water category C and D. Now we come to the end of our presentation. Now you know the special quality features of this boat that set it apart from all other products. We wish you much success with our barbecue donut.